Hello, welcome to a new vlog. I am just jumping in from the future to kind of explain that this vlog is meant to be a weekly vlog focused on the reading. Sorry, it's cold in the house. But it turned into some combo of a weekly vlog, weekly reading vlog, and then also swapping my screen time for a reading vlog over the span of a week. Pretty much I just needed to get the reading done. That's what we did, and that is the video. Also, really quick before we dive in, I do need to thank the sponsor of this portion of the vlog, which would be Book of the Month. So if you don't know, Book of the Month is a online book subscription service that brings you tons of new releases every single month. Top of the crop. Rhyming. I'm telling you, I love their thriller mystery section so much. I'm always grabbing something from that area, but I also have been really liking historical fiction that they've been picking. So that's kind of the combo that we did this month. So I do have two here. I have A Killing Cold by Kate Alice Marshall, and this one is a thriller from this month. And then I also have The Stolen Queen, and I believe this is more of a historical fiction vibe. I'm very excited for both of these. They are brand new releases. You can get them for such an affordable price. Like, they're hardback and everything, which I love. And I am very excited to dive into both of these. And if you would like to check out their selection, grab one for yourself as well. You can get your first box for only $5 with the code NEWYOU, and you could read one of these little thrillers or historical fiction. I will say, I always tout that Book of the Month is a fave of mine because they introduced me to Riley Sager, and that is a love that knows no bounds. So I always rely on them for hit new thrillers that I need to be noticing, in mind of. So I am excited to get to these. Use code NEWYOU if you would like to try it out for $5. And thank you so much to Book of the Month for sending these over and partnering with me for this portion of the vlog. So now we're gonna go back to the past and we are going to do all the reading, and I will see you at the end of it. Good luck on your journey. Hello, you guys. We are going to be doing a weekly vlog, but it is more of a weekly reading vlog. So kind of a throwback. I'm taking a little breaky break from the weekly vlogs, but not so much the weekly uploads, if that makes sense. So we're going to do a swapping screen time for reading time because the whole reason I'm taking a break from the weekly vlogs is probably too much screen time. But I've just been having a little minty time and the goblins have gobbled. And I need to do some reading and touching of grass and not being on my screen so much. So we have started out the day strong. Went on a little walk. Went to the grocery store. It was great. It was a nice time. And I have pretty much not been near my phone except for recording these little clippy clips. But I did look that I have about 4 hours of reading to do today. Pretty much, I don't plan to be doing anything but editing some and reading. And 4 hours of reading can definitely be done because I am reading a few books. So, first up, I'm reading Alice Feeney's Beautiful Ugly. I am 76 pages in. So this is like 200 pages left for me. I definitely think in 4 hours I could easily put that down. So you're probably going to finish that today if I go with that one. And then I am going to be filming my big old Patreon book club vloggy vlog as I film this. So all of the like spoilers and whatnot for this book as well as Curious Tides will be over there if you're interested in like a spoiler version of things. And I'll put in like the reading breaks in that vlog, not this one. But I'm gonna read Voyage of the Damned as well. We have like a blue theme going on. And my edition of Curious Tides, I believe, is purple, but the original is also blue. So I'm feeling blue. We're getting blue. And then I have one other book, actually. I'll grab the physical copy. So it is Shadow of Night, another bluey book. I am officially in part 3, but I need to find where I left off. I think that I'm on page 252, right at chapter 18. So a little ways through, got some, like a little over half left. I do want to read this one. I also forgot, maybe I didn't realize. I really like, oh wait, no, I think I'm actually further in. I remember that weird vinegar comment. Yes, so I'm actually 268, chapter 19. I definitely think that I could finish this one as well. I must say, let's go over the books really quick, like what we're feeling. So with this one, a guy is a author. He is on the phone with his wife and she sees someone in the road and goes to help them and then is just missing. So we're a year later, he's struggling to write his next book. He gets a little cabin from his editor and she lets him go stay there. And he is doing that. Good for him. Love that. It's going to get weird. Alice Feeney has a lot of very unbelievable twists, but it is fun. So I enjoy this. It's a good little time. It's definitely popcorn thriller-esque, and sometimes that's all you need. This I have just seen on the blurb and heard from people is very much giving Agatha Christie, but fantasy and on a boat, and I love that. So excited for that one. And then this is the second book in the Discovery of Witches series. Well, it's the All Souls series, I suppose. And I really am enjoying this series, and I really enjoy the author, but this book is just very boring because the setting that we're in is just very boring to me. I'm not finding it super intriguing to read about, but the plot and where it is going is intriguing enough to carry me through. So the first book is definitely my favorite. I've read that several times. I don't see myself rereading this, but I've heard the third book is worth getting through this one to get to that one. And then I have, well, there's 3 books now after that, so. And I know she's coming out with another one next year, so I will be continuing on because I do quite enjoy this author. I need to find a bookmark for that one. Actually, we'll just use this random little sticker sheet. Do I have an entire set of bookmarks behind me? Yes. They're not quite within reach, but there we go. Now I have a bookmark. So these are the 3 that I'm currently looking at. And no, I have not finished Wind and Truth yet, but those characters are a little bit too in peril for me at the current moment, and I don't want to be upset in the slightest. So I am reading books that will not do that. So that's the plan there. I'm going to go and do some reading now. I think we'll keep going with this, or maybe Shadow of Night audiobook. I don't know. I can't decide. I do enjoy the audiobook, but I kind of like reading it physically more. Anyways, I'm going to do a little bit of reading before I go to my Pilates class, and I'm going to do some editing. So I will see you guys when we start our reading hours for the day, but I just wanted to kick off this little vloggy vlog, say hello. How you doing? And there's Ginger. All right on time. Hello. We are, well, first I guess I should show you where we're at timer-wise, because I am done with, and yeah, I'm using that phrase specifically, my first book. It's 4 hours and 15 minutes left. I was wrong. We actually had almost 5 hours on the clock today, so that's a lot for me. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. Okay. Because my partner and I are watching a show, The Guy on the Inside, I think it's what it's called, on Netflix, with Ted Danson, I want to say. Anyways, Beautiful Ugly, DNF'd at 100 pages, which is a little over a third, probably, through this one. This is a DNF because it's so boring, and I don't care about a single character. How did I cover this? Okay, there. I don't care about any of the characters. All this is boring. I don't like any of the plot lines. The only thing going for it is the spooky setting on a remote Scottish island. That's it. But that is not enough to make me read another 176 pages. No. That's a lot of pages to suffer. And I don't want to do that. So, I am going to put her away. Put her down. I just am done. It's over. We're going to definitely be unhauling this one. So, because it's a new release that's like not out yet, I am going to go put it in a little free library randomly, and maybe someone who's a thriller person will see it and be excited to get that book early. So we have 4 hours and 15 minutes left, which will put us around 8 o'clock finishing tonight. I do want to go to bed by 9, so whatever we get read, we get read. I'm not going to stay up too late because we've been getting up at 6 and going to like work out and stuff. And then I do Pilates as well. Like, I'm tired. I don't want to do a late night. It doesn't work well with my brain. And I need to stop trying to make fetch happen. Okay. So I think I want to try Voyage of the Damned. That sounds good to me. I keep trying to think of like a romantasy to maybe read. Lady of Darkness is kind of calling, but I'm also kind of interested in a YA fantasy maybe. So I may go shop my shelves and see if there's something there, but I probably should at least start Voyage of the Damned today just to get a feel for it, get into it, see what we're thinking about it. And yeah, that is the plan. Part of me also wants to read Defy the Night Is it Defend the Dawn? Is that the next one? I don't know. I know it's in the series. I just don't know if that's the next one. I kind of want to read that. I don't know. I don't know what I want to read. I just know that I want to read something else. Oh, I do have a Templar Legacy on my Kindle. Maybe I'll read that. That is about, I think he's like ex-government something. And a old friend of his puts out, like, asks him for help for something mysterious. It's basically a Dan Brown-esque book vibe. I think this came out the same time as that, so it's definitely in the dad lit area, which is my expertise. I love it. It's an 18-book series. Love it even more. Thank you to the person who recommended it to me. But I have read about 40% of that one, and I read it so long ago. I listened to it, and I don't really remember much, so I started it over, read the first chapter, and I was like, yeah, I can see the appeal from a Dan Brown audience. So I kind of just made myself excited about that one. Maybe we'll go get that one instead. It just sounds good. I want something set in the real world, but thrillers are just not working for me lately. And it's, I don't know what it is, but unless it's Riley Sager or even Lucy Foley, but that's hit or miss, I'm just not liking thrillers as of late. I'm just so much more picky about them, I guess. And I don't know. I'm not going to go on a rant about editors and lack of editing, but I'm going to go take a shower now and do my skin care. So, without further ado, here's the new routine. It's the same, what is that? The treatment lotion and retinol, but my friend recommended me this guy, and I am obsessed. The other one that I had been using, it felt like it was moisturizing, but I realized it's not even soaking into my skin. This actually is soaking into my skin. Much better. So let us do a quick little shower, hair wash, get into some PJs, and we will get to reading. These are new that I got from Skims, and I'm obsessed with these. What are these even called? We're gonna do a... hate that. We're gonna do a clothing chat that you did not ask for. But I just want to say that I really love these, and it's hard to find pants in this style, but they're like joggers that are really light. They're cotton rib leggings. I got these during Black Friday. It's the only Black Friday thing that I got. I got these and a gray pair. Obsessed. Obsessed. Whoa, buddy. Hello, Jacobs. We're interrupting our reading so I can show you what this actually looks like. So this is about how dark it actually is. We've got like the sky. Oh, cutesy demurtsy. Oh. Ow. I like the little tornado color right here. You can't see it. It's giving a little orange hue. Very cute. Obviously Annabeth is not there. She's hibernating. Jake is gonna go potty really quick before he is gonna be too scared to. And then we've got, the storm is also spread out over our swamp. Isn't that nice? It's not really. Wow, it's so green over here in this little patchy area. But yeah, wow. Oh, that was lightning. We were just watching Great British Bake Off while I am reading. my little bookie book. I usually don't update on here, and I know that this is a reading vlog, so does anyone care about Storm Chaser Olivia? Don't know, but are you getting her? Yes. But I was sitting here, and then we were talking about the pho that my partner is cooking, and then I just heard this huge storm, and I was like, what is going on? It's beautiful. I don't know if you can see the clouds moving, but they are moving quite swiftly. Oh god, there's lightning. Wait for it. Ooh, ooky spooky swamp storm. Okay, go slowly. It's raining. Listen, listen. Do you see? You see how it's raining? Yeah. So go slow. You can go. It's safe. Are you not gonna come out here? Come on. It's okay. You're safe. Come on. Come on. Oh, Jake. It's okay. Okay, bye. Oh gosh. I think the backyard is gonna flood. Again. It's quite nice though. I'm back. See, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Good morning, handsome king. Good morning. Good morning, you guys. I am cold. I already turned the fan off, but it is still cold in here. I'll let my guy lays down. I made myself an iced cookie butter latte. It's not really cookie butter. It's the Madeleine, the French Madeleine syrup with this hazelnut roasted brew that I got, and it's really good. It's really good. I am a chef. Well, I think that would be a barista, actually. Whatever. I did my reading yesterday, and let us see. I have my Kindle right here. This is the book we settled on, and I am living my best life. You're telling me there are 18 more books like this? And another one coming out next year? Watch me speed run all these to catch up. Just kidding. I got to chapter 14, so 95 pages. So I wasted about 100 pages in that other book yesterday. And I DNF'd it. Didn't finish it. But I'm done with it. and then started this one. And this one I'm technically restarting, but I don't remember a lot of these little details because I listened to the audio like while I was driving to and fro work. So it's good to be getting my little refresh moment, I do believe. But I'm gonna put on the tell with some ambiance. I think we're just gonna go with the classic thunderstorm, rainstorm. And today, let us see where it is. My screen time is already down 71% from last week. So I am just going off of the entertainment apps because a lot of the other stuff is work related. So this is quite unfortunate. Why was I spending an hour on my bank app? What was I calculating? Maybe my no spend. Maybe I was doing that. So I gotta read just about 7 hours. Ooh. That's fine. That's totally doable. That's totally fine. So what I'm gonna do with this, because this is such a long time, I'm gonna set a timer for 7 hours. And we will see how much I read. Am I going to read for 7 hours? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. But actually, it's 7 hours and 30 minutes. We should add that on. 31. Good God. But I'm going to add it all there because it's there. This is the reality. So let us go ahead and get started. I'm going to be reading this book. I should be able to finish it. Dadgummit. This is where I stay. Okay, so I know that I updated you from here. And know that I didn't move. I didn't. I really didn't. The only time I moved was when I went to go grab these little headphones. And then when I went to fill up my water. And yeah, the only change is that I now have 3 hours and 30 minutes left. So I've been reading for 4 hours. But we've also been watching a few shows on Netflix. We're just catching up on the feed. Currently, it's the Great British Baking Show, which I wasn't a fan of. But now I think that my reading tastes and my TV tastes have really changed a lot. Like, I kind of only like cozy things. Or things I perceive as cozy. And, you know, is Terrifier as a franchise cozy? No. But does it feel cozy? Yes. Is Joe Abercrombie cozy? No. But yes. Do you know? You know. So, speaking of cozy, still in the Templar Legacy. I am 42% in now on page 230. That's why I mentioned we're watching shows, because I'm trying to read and watch at the same time, and I can do it, but I read slower. I read like half my normal pace. Actually, it's been like a fourth. Usually I will read about 75 to 100 pages an hour, but that's not the case today. And I am determined to not care about that, because who am I speed racing against? No one. I mean, I am speed racing against time because, like, I need to finish all the books in the world that I want to read before I die, but we can go existential another time. I'm having a good little time with this book. It is going to remain that way, I do think. I also went ahead and grabbed the audiobook, though, because I'm kind of in the mood to... It's right there. Do you see it? Right there? Yeah. I'm in the mood to play my little game on my phone. So, that is the plan for me now. I'm going to listen to that a little bit before dinner. play that game, and then we will resume reading once more. I think we're gonna go on a walk tomorrow morning again, so I may bring my headphones and listen to one of the Misfortune series audiobooks. That's my favorite cozy mystery series by Jana DeLeon. I just absolutely adore that series. It's crazy, it's ridiculous, the covers are absurd. So I'm obsessed. And I was thinking, I don't really need to own those books, but as I am getting rid of books that I don't love, see myself rereading, needing, I do think there's going to come a day when I want to just buy all of those. And I want to have a big old physical collection of them. I do debate if she ever releases like an omnibus, would I rather that? But no, because I would reread this series. It is a huge comfort series. Pretty much anytime anything bad's going on, I read it. And she's got a lot of books. Okay, let me just put it that way. So we might hit up that next. But I'm going to continue on with Cotton Malone for the rest of the night, if you don't mind me. And I will check in with y'all later to see what all we did today. Yeehaw. As you can see, I have an hour and 13 left. I just brushed my teeth. And I need to go take my meds, as you could also see. But I am 372 pages in. I've got about 100 left. This Kindle edition is 555 pages long. Love the number 5. But that's 100 pages extra on this book, because it's like the next book, a little sneak peek for intrigue. And then it has something with the author interview, and then it has a bunch of other information. I was like, dear me. So, yeah, 67% through it, but technically more through the actual book itself, if that makes sense. So I am probably going to pause the audiobook for the evening. I will start reading it with my eyeballs once more, but I'm going to watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills now and have a good little time, because Camille Grammer is back and Dorit is back to let her know how much you don't like her. Oh, I'm so excited. But yeah, that is it. That is all. We're having a good reading day. I mainly am not really trying to see how many books I can read this week. It's more just how much more relaxed I feel reading instead of scrolling, and I am having a very good time with the books that I am choosing to read, though, so it's all a win. It is all a win, but it is also 7:48, and so I'm getting sleepy, very sleepy, so we'll see. I will finish out at least my little hour left of eyeball reading, and then we shall reconvene in the morning. Oh, you almost just fell, girl. You okay? Look at this sleepy cutie. Her head keeps like falling and then up and then falling and up. So cute. Man, it looks like I got into a fight with that book last night and I did not win. Okay. Good morning. Guten Morgen. We need to set up our little Tim Tim. We need to set up our timer. Stop playing around. We're not here to have fun, we're here to have serious. What's today? It's a Wednesday. 3 hours. Alright. So Jake just ate, and it's everybody's problem. So we have 3 hours. Tomorrow we only have 2.5 hours. Ooh. And the next day we have basically 4 hours. Whoa. And the next day we have 2.5 again. Alright, that's not that bad. So let us get on our clock app. 3 hours, 11 minutes. Here we go. We're gonna go make a coffee and then we're gonna finish up Templar Legacy. Hello. Oh my gosh, I have this big old stack of books behind me. I keep forgetting. So I am about an hour out from finishing the Templar Legacy. Ooh, let me pause this. I have 2 hours and 15 minutes left of reading today. And I think I'm going to pause my reading for just a little bit because I want to get my Read It or Unhaul It reading vlog, which is up now, if you want to watch. I want to get that uploaded and put onto Patreon for the early access before it goes up on this Sunday. But I am in the mood to do some cross stitch and audiobooking. So I actually went ahead and purchased the audiobook for Voyage of the Damned, which is the next book I want to start. This is the Patreon book club book for this month. So I'm going to be reading it today, and I'll be filming like an in-depth little vloggy vlog for that. I do think this is going to end up being like cozy mystery-esque, which I do think that is the only time I would enjoy a cozy fantasy, is if there is like murder afoot, a mystery to solve. That's just like my preferred version of that. So I am excited to start this. I sampled the audio and there was a very thick country accent and a British accent, and I'm like, well, hold up. Do the orcs have a country accent? Because that would be everything. I don't even know there are orcs in here. I just made that up. But every time I hear cozy fantasy, I think of Legends and Lattes, and I did not finish that. So yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and get that little vloggy vlog edited. I just have to watch like 20 more minutes of it back and export it and all that good stuff. And then I'll just continue reading this book until I am finished with it. And I will let y'all know my thoughts. I definitely think that this is a great series if you are, this one right here, is good if you are a Dan Brown girly like myself. The whole like historical mystery thriller genre, I love it. And I also love when it is like history based thriller books as well, because I feel like when I say historical mystery thriller, I definitely think more like A Curious Beginning by Deanna Raybourn, which is my favorite. So good. Or even I'll think of like, oh gosh, what is that? Carrie Maniscalco, the Good series that I've read by her. Stalking Jack the Ripper. Such a good series. But this is like a history-based thriller, and I do love that. So I have the other books downloaded. I just checked out the audio for the second one. I think it has to do with the Alexandria Library. Is that correct? The Mundo? Maybe not. Is that correct? Maybe not. Oh my gosh, I have so many freaking books checked out. Oh, I also checked out some of the Shatter Me books, because I do have them, but I don't know if I want to read those editions. But I'm kind of in the mood to get back into Shatter Me, because I loved that first trilogy. The Alexandria Link. I just love it. I just love like plot holes in history filling it in with like a mystery. Oh my gosh. A mystery to solve. Because it is a mystery to solve, but this makes it more fun. I do declare, I do think. Oh my gosh. I just found the other copy. In my unhaul video, I was trying to find, I knew I had two. One was Fairy Loot and the other one, I guess, was Owl Crate. So this is the other one that I need to unhaul. Okay. Glad we could find that together. Because I was also just looking at, I always want to say a fragile entanglement. That is not what this is called. It's a fragile enchantment. I love this book though. This was so good. This solidified Miss Allison Saft as a author I will be reading more from. But I wanted that up here because it looks pretty next to the pink. Pretty and pink. Then I want to move. Oh, you know what I want to read? I want to reread The Beautiful by Renee Audier. Talk about a fantastic book. Also, another fantastic book. But I just want to move this one up here. Oh. Do you ever just look at books you liked and you're like, wow. I just have such good taste. Yeah, I think that all the time. Anywho, let me put this in the unhaul pile. Okie dokie, let me go do this, because we do have a Pilates class in less than an hour. Well, I have to start getting ready in an hour. So, okay, bye. Hello, party people. Oh god. I am home. Jake is frolicking. I got home from Pilates. Grabbed a little shake on the way. And I have like 10 minutes on this audiobook. So I'm going to finish that up. And we are going to actually go to walk. So I'm going to... This kid. I'm going to go get... I'm going to change my socks from the ones that I'm currently wearing. The sticky grip socks of Pilates. And I don't think I'm going to read. I think my brain needs a break from thinking. I may bring my headphones just as like an option of, in theory, this can happen for me if I'd like it to, but I don't know if I'd like it to. You know what I mean? Jeez Louise. Good afternoon from me and the big white moon. Jeez. Actually, I need this. I don't know why I took this off. Oh, I want this jacket though, because it's just a wee bit chilly, but not much. Oh, just about sent that through the wall. Yeah. I ain't really got much else for you there, buddy. My shoes aren't in here, so what the hell? But we're gonna go do what we do. God, I look put together. I look fabulous. I don't want to wear this one today. I want to wear this. It's very much, it's giving, I'm rich and I don't care about my problems. Which, you know, I love a fictional tale. I think when we get home, what I would like to do is read Voyage of the Damned. So that's what I'm gonna do. I am not gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna fib to you either. I have really been thinking about rereading Project Hail Mary, and that would be twice in 1 year I've read that book. It is now my new favorite book. It is. Okay, well, favorite of all time, I don't know. I have a stack of like, here's the other thing. My favorite books and then my favorite books to reread are two different things. So, truthfully, while that is a favorite book, it's also a favorite book to reread. So it's like double. Because you know what I need? I need a very cutesy, rereadable edition of Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. Listen, he's always on the mind. I don't know what you want from me. I need to go find my shoes. But this is enough yapping. I doth declare it. So, let's go find my shoesies and get to stepping. Sorry, I just have the literal cutest manager. Like, oh, look at her. Oh, ham it up. Ham it up. Also, the shelves are looking quite faboo, if I say so myself. Oh, is that another cutie office worker? Oh, cheekers. Look at you. Oh, you're so cute as well. Man, I just love y'all. Especially this one with her little cutie sock. Little cutie sock. We're not going to pull it off, right? When we go on our walk. I won't come back to you revolting, right? Right? Swearsies? Okay. I believe you. Very funny timing. I just finished my book and the library hold came in for the physical copy. Isn't that perfect timing? I enjoyed this. It was definitely a 3.75, and that is because it was too diddly dang long. Too diddly dang long. So, we still have an hour and 21 minutes and 49 seconds left on the clock. We are gonna go walk. Like I said, I'm gonna bring my headphones in case it strikes my fancy to listen to my cozy mystery series, but I'm not really feeling very cozy mystery right this second, like in my ears. I don't know what it is, but I am either fully all in an audiobook mood or I am not. And don't you dare. Like, I will hate a book if I try to listen to it on audio when I'm not in the mood. But then sometimes I absolutely love a book because of the audio. It is... This noggin's a mystery. I am also teetering between what I want to read. I am in the mood to read, honestly, I was looking at Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I know, I won't. Restore Me by Tahada Mafi. That actually is a contender. A Richard Osman, I kind of want to read We Solve Murders because I loved the Thursday Murder Club. I haven't finished that series, so maybe I should do that too. But I think it's Monsoon Rising, the sequel to the Hurricane Wars. Just got a text that the library has my hold ready, so we'll have to stop by there and grab those books because there's multiple things there. So we'll have to consult the librarian overlords to see what they choose for me. I mean, I chose it, but I'm gonna pretend like they chose it. My most anticipated release is here. Oh, now you're stepping on my feet. Atomic Habits. There's way more today. My best friends. They just don't know it. Oh boy, that's a steep one. Hello, it's me. Oh gosh. It's me, I'm you. But from the future. Things are not looking good. Just kidding, things are actually looking great. I need to put my little socks on though because my freaking feet are cold because it's 36 degrees outside. Also, I feel like every time I show the time, it's 8:30 something. Like every single time in this vlog. It has been that. But let us look at the screen time. So far this week, our daily average is 4 hours and 58 minutes. To be honest, I do watch YouTube TV on here, and I do watch Peacock. I don't really watch too much on there, and then YouTube is my main one here as well. But not bad, not bad. 55% down from this week. Yesterday was just a high one because I was spiraling, but also working off my phone. Today is Thursday. Thursday was actually last week's lowest day, so we only have 2 hours and 34 minutes to read, which is very nice. Very nice. 2 hours, 300 and something 6. No, there. Wow! Okay, there. So, I'll pause it while I talk to you about what I'm reading. So, y'all saw a library haul yesterday. That's coming into play. I started Voyage of the Damned last night. This is a hoot. I am into it. So far, I did also download it from my Kindle just because y'all know how I like to have a little Kindle read. Let me see where I am at. 22 pages. Really broke the record there. So I am enjoying this. I'm going to go ahead and start my little Patreon vlog for this as well while I am here and at it. And then I also want to pick up The Hurricane Wars. I've already read this once. I read it last year. I want to reread it. The first time I read it was in my Goodreads romantasy vlog, which I didn't do this year because it didn't deserve to be done. So if you want to watch that one where I read this for the first time, it'll be there. But we can also read it together for the second time here because I want a really like emo, pining, slow burn, hate you kind of fantasy where fantasy is a big part of this book, and I really like that despite the fact that the relationship's also pretty well like focused on. So I have a monsoon rising in this stack right here, so that's why we're gonna go ahead and get to it. And I'm just gonna start this probably this afternoon. I'm gonna keep with this one this morning because it's funny. This is a funny little time. Like, I am really enjoying this so far. So I'm gonna go start that vlog. I'm going to eat breakfast. I'm gonna pour myself a cup of coffee because y'all, we just made that coffee together, and then I have therapy, and then we're gonna go on a walk, and then I'm gonna read this, and I'm gonna read this, and it's gonna be a good little time. I'm so happy that I could find what kind of fantasy books I am craving right now because I really am in the mood. I just didn't know what, and now we have found them, and that's so joyous to me. Can you even see it on the camera? I don't think you really can. Look at this little gang. Oh. Honestly, Ginger is kind of like that. Where did it go? Look at the buddies. They're like, I'm getting the hell out of here. But I love you. That was very creepy and spooky. I will not come any closer. That's my new best friend right there. His name is Robert. Got 2 hours and 15 minutes left. Oh, exactly. Wow. Look at me. Show stopping perfectly. Also, yes, I am binge watching a channel. Oh, I am being face tracked by this little camera. She said, Vogue. Vogue. The kids don't know what real Vogue is. I also don't. Finished dinner. I am having a very, how do you say, sensitive day. That's about as much French as I got for you. How'd you like it? I am just very, like, you know? Whoa. God, even the water's tussling with me. I'm just very, I mean, I had therapy, so we already know. But I just am like, you know? I got nothing. Solo energy. So chill. Well, not chill. Trying to be chill. So we're gonna chill. We're gonna continue reading Voyage of the Damned. I just need something funny, and this book is very funny. I'm really, really liking this. I thought I would anyways, because it's essentially Agatha Christie, but fantasy. But I'm loving it even more. All these people are about to go on this little cruise, and I'm assuming someone's gonna... and then they're gonna have to solve who it was. Now, I don't really know if that's the actual plot. I do know they're going on a little cruise thing in this fantasy world. But it does very much feel like this could be Murder on the Orient Express. Fantastical Ship Voyage Edition. Stop tracking my face. Thank y'all. I feel like I need to let y'all know that this thing just keeps defaulting no matter what I do to doing a face tracking thing. Which, if I were to be jump, hopping, skipping, bit bopping around, that would probably be useful. But it tracks, like, every little movement I make. The camera's like... and it makes me dizzy seeing it. I'm like, why? The gimbal is gimbaling. Too much. Too much, I would say. But yes, in tandem with reading this very cozy, funny little book, if you like cozy fantasy, but maybe want to, like, have a little mystery moment to it, I'm feeling like this is a good recommendation, especially if you love very dry, kind of on-the-nose humor. It's very... the humor kind of reminds me of the humor that Good Omens also has. It's just a very dry, like a kind of humor. I love it. But, I have also added to my emotional support Canadian group. I have two. Why did my finger literally get stuck? Embarrassing. Oh my god, a Canadian would never. They'd be so suave with it. Emmie, long time emotional support Canadian. But now we also have Fern. So I have 2 emotional support Canadians. And I love them. I love them so much. Like, seriously, I will link them both down below. There's just something about a chill, vibey, soft-spoken Canadian girly. It's gonna do it. It's gonna work every time. Maybe it's because I'm a loud southerner. So I'm like, give me the opposite. Let's go up. So far up, we go back down, because the world is round. I'm seeing a little bit too many posts on the internet, on the line, that that's not true. Guys, rein it in. Take them off. Please. But I'm gonna continue hanging out with my bestie, and I'm going to read this. I'm gonna drink my water, because I know that drinking water makes me feel better, but sometimes I don't. Why do I not do that by default? I don't know. And I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what else. I want to, with a absolute swiftness, run to the nearest garden center and just buy every plant they have. Would they all make it? No, that would really go poorly. But when I tell y'all just go click on her channel. Go see Miss Fern for just half a second. It's literally in the name, babe. Literally. It's like a zen jungle. And I want to go to there. Do you ever see someone's, like, watch their vlog or just the vibe and just, like, the ambience and the coziness that they craft into their video? You're like, I want to go to there. I want that to be the mind palace. Because, like, I have you know, you can set different, like, zones or whatever. I don't even know what to call it. But, like, focuses, I guess, on your iPhone. And you can change, like, sleep, study, work, whatever. Mine lives on Do Not Disturb. But the name is To My Fantasy Land. And I'm telling you right now, this jungle is my fantasy land. Like, if I could be... Can you just learn to be a green thumb? Does that have to, like... Because I feel like I get in the habit. I feel like a lot of people just are like, you either are good at something inherently or you're not. But, like, can I forcefully make myself good at something? Comment down below. Because I would like to learn in 2025. I want to keep a plant alive. Which one do you think it could be? It's not a succulent, I'll tell you right now. Took them clean out. My favorite is those little ones that are like this. And you know what I'm talking about. I love those. Dead as hell. So, I don't know about that. And then I want to learn how to make bread. My therapist has, like, a sourdough starter that she just talks about, like, keeping alive. And I want to have a sourdough starter. And I want to name it Frank. Short for Frankenstein. I can't explain it to you. It just works. So, I want those 2 things to be my 2025. 2025, I'm going to, like, calm my nervous system. Like, that's the goal. Not to, like, completely fix it, but to do things. And I have convinced myself plants and baked goods from home are gonna do that. So, in conclusion, tell me what kind of plant y'all think I could keep alive, because I'd love to. You know, the only one I have actually kept alive is the one that I got for Annabeth's enclosure outside. And I just stuck that sucker straight in the ground. Like, it with the plastic still on it, because Russian tortoises, they love to dig down into the roots. Which it's like, you would think, oh, because it's cooler down there. No. It's because she likes to create problems. I'm not kidding you. They're also known to be the escape artists of tortoises. because they will find like a corner. That's why I have to keep the corners of her enclosure capped, because she will just put her little claws on both sides, Mission Impossible style, and scale that thing and just plop on out. I'm not joking. That's also why her house has to be, because it would be so cute to be in a little corner and have like some plants around it. No, first of all, she'd eat the plants or kill them, one of the two. She doesn't kill them just by like walking over them. No, it's like an internal, like she's going in killing from the inside out. Like it's gonna be a root issue. Like she's taking it out by the roots. Honestly, a determined lady, I will say Annabeth is. But I can't put the house in a cute corner like I want to, because she will scale the walls. It's crazy. It's crazy. I love it. But yeah, I want to get a plant and I want to make some bread. So those are my 2025 goals, because this video is going up around either before the new year or probably right after we've begun this new year. So let me know your 2025 agenda. Mine's bread and plants, and I think that is a funny thing to call it, because it's not funny at all. But for now, the agenda is to continue reading. Let's see, because we have, what did I say, 2 hours and 15 minutes left. I'm on page 43, 11% in, and okay. Also, I definitely said, like, ooh, this is going to be a reading-centered vlog or whatever. I love to have a dream. This is reading, though. I have decided to put a little sticky note here to cover up the percentage, because I like to know how many minutes are left in the chapter, because I like to say, bet, and then read it in double time. But also I like to know, like, okay, should I pause where I am, or do I have time for this next chapter? It's helpful. But if I see this percentage, it becomes all about the percentage that I'm at and how fast I can read more. And it's very annoying to me. I don't like that. I don't know why it is that way, but I've just realized, instead of just being annoyed that it's that way, understand it is that way and then deal with it. So I've dealt with it, and I put a little sticky note right here. Also, there's a little visitor right behind you. I love how every time this camera turns around, she looks like, oh, who's there? Who's there? Could it be you? Could it be she, her? Yes. Yes, it is she. It is her. Oh, see that face tracking? If I move just a little bit, it's gonna follow me. See how annoying that is? I just feel like that would be very annoying to watch on camera. Any hoots. I am just going to keep reading this, I think, until I get bored of it, and then perhaps we'll dive into the Hurricane Wars. Not really sure on that one, but it is 5:40-ish, so am I in bed early? Yes. Am I tired? Definitely. So, I think my 2 goals for the night, we're set. We're set. Please let me know what you're reading down below. Also, if you're reading this book, if you have read this book, Voyage of the Damned, or this sounds like something you'd like to read, let me know too, because I love to find a good, fun little book and spread the good word. I also really love when I can find fantasy that I can recommend to people who perhaps are not the biggest fantasy readers, because I feel like everyone low-key likes fantasy, or the idea of it, but sometimes you just have to find the right plot for the fantasy, if that makes sense. So like cozy fantasy, I totally see why the people that like it, and they tend to not be huge fantasy readers. That is not to say that people that read it don't like fantasy, because that wouldn't even make sense as a sentence. But it is to say, I feel like really you can like any genre, you just gotta find the niche within the niche, you know? Also, I learned people say niche instead of niche. So, now you have to know that too. Isn't it mildly upsetting? A little. Good morning. Today we're gonna have a little bit of a longer reading time, but let me update in my bookie book where I got to last night. I got to chapter 7, day 3, Feast of the Spider, morning. So I am 96 pages into A Voyage of the Damned, and I am having just a good little time with this. It is so funny. It's continuing to be a joy to read. I also just got into library loans. Come down here. Hang out down here. Yeah, that's the library stack back there. Mind it. I got The Bitter End by Alexa Dunn, which is like a snowy YA thriller. And then Where the Library Hides by Isabel Ibanez, which is the sequel to What the River Knows. Want to read both of them? Don't know when, but I do know I'm prioritizing Voyage of the Damned because it is just such a good time. I love when a book club book is a good time. Yeah, who doesn't? But it's not always the case for me. Sometimes I'm more critical of them. So I'm glad that this is turning out to be super fun. And I wonder if this author is writing anything else. I would like to read it. I would. But we are going to take Ginger to her monthly vet appointment for her silencia. And then go on a walk. Eat. Breed. The things. And I'm going to try one of these things. And between you and me, I'm probably not gonna like it. Hello, you guys. So I am freshly showered. I've put my retinol on. I have not done the moisturizer yet. I'm letting it set and simmer. I actually need to change that really quick. What is that thing called? I don't know, who cares? The filter. I have decided we are going to sit down and read together an entire book right now. Because I am in this place where I am just jumping around a bunch of books. And what I actually want is to do that. But I also want to just sit with the book and finish it because I love that feeling. And it's very calming to me to get so invested in a book. And let me put this heating pad on. So, Lord, Ginger doesn't get mad. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to read Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. It is essentially the Caraval Christmas special. And I'm very excited for that. I don't typically care for little novellas. That is why I do not acknowledge the existence of whatever A Court in Frosty the Snarlight Man. Wait, what is it actually? Frost and Starlight. Maybe one day I'll read it, not today. But Spectacular, because I love Stephanie Garber so much, I will read it. She's one of the authors that I'm like, I will read anything you put out. I really will. So, you know. Cassandra Clare also is that for me. I'm looking at my shelves right now. Sarah Janet is not that unless it's the Throne of Glass universe, and then it is that. But ACOTAR is not my thing. Sorry to say, but gotta speak the truth. If Pierce Brown wrote a Christmas special, yeah, I'd be there. Front row. Speaking of, I've also been kind of debating if I would like to listen to the rest of Dark Age while doing my cross stitch. So that could be an option. But right now I really just want to hold a library book, listen to my little romantasy-esque playlist. It's a Hadamafi playlist for These Infinite Threads, I want to say, is the one that it's for, but it works perfectly for like any romantic fantasy, which is really my favorite. I do enjoy what's dubbed romantasy, but if I'm honest with myself, my favorite is more romantic fantasy, a la Stephanie Garber, Tahada Mafi, Laini Taylor, the like. So let us go grab Spectacular from our big old library stack and get to reading. Okay, I'm into the color scheme. I love it. If I like this enough, maybe I will get the UK edition to match all my books, but to be honest, I don't really see a need to own it. I'm excited to read it. Oh, I love this. How pretty. Oh my goodness. Do I need to reread Caraval, you guys? Oh my gosh. I really could be convinced. Cause like look at the cute little dudes. Oh my gosh. I really could be convinced to reread this actually. Oh, it looks like a fairy tale. With the spacing. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I love this series so much. How cool. Oh my goodness. I love this. Okay, so I now have an hour and 43 minutes left for today, and I just finished Spectacular, the holiday novella for Caraval. This was, I think, 200 pages. Maybe it didn't even hit 200 pages. No, it was 203, and I need to log it on my Goodreads now. But I gotta be honest with y'all, I don't think I loved it. I really don't. The story was not very cute. It was not... I don't like the couple that this focused on. There are two couples within the Caraval trilogy, and I don't love this one as much. I actually, for me, if you've read the Caraval trilogy, dealing with Tella, I always think Donatella. But dealing with Tella and her love interest, the person that Tella actually first kind of has a romantic interest in, I liked more. Like, way more. And I kind of wish, to be completely frank, that had kept up. I wish that had been the end. Because, honestly, that one matched her energy far better than who she ends up with, I think. And this honestly felt like nothing had changed since the series at all. And I know it's like their first Christmas together or a great holiday together or whatever, but I don't know. I just thought it was very silly, very goofy, and it wasn't very... It didn't even feel very much like it was written by Stephanie Garber, if I'm honest. Like, this doesn't give those vibes at all. Like, I've talked about Caraval so much. I love Caraval. It's very dark whimsy. It's, like, one of my favorite YA trilogies. I highly, 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 highly recommend. And then with her other one, Once Upon a Broken Heart, I know that's the more popular. It is not my favorite of them. It's not my favorite book in general. It's not even really in my top, but it's definitely not like a high ranking one for me, other than the fact that it's written by Stephanie Garber and I just really like her. But like, to me, Caraval is leaps and bounds more up my interest, really. So I thought I'd like this more, but the writing is half of the magic of her books. And I think that I've noticed whenever I read short stories that are so good, if the author branches into a full-length novel, it doesn't hit the same. And I think that works vice versa as well, because this was just, it was also just very silly. Like, it was exactly probably what it should have been for this concept of, like, the Christmas special, but it was still very silly. To the point of, like, girl, what? Like, that's what I felt when I finished it. Like, okay. But I think part of the reason that I feel that way is I really don't love this love interest. I like him as a concept of a love interest. In fact, I like him as a, like, love triangle thing for the other couple in Garber. These are just all my Garber hot takes, if you've read it. But Tella really should have been with that other person. But that's really ruined now. Like, for real ruined now. So, great. But, yeah, it's fine. I read it. We accomplished what we set out to do. And, honestly, I'm feeling Hurricane Wars. I was thinking about picking up Ghost Station, the space horror, but it's not really in the cards. Because I'm feeling like a good old pining session would be great. And the Hurricane Wars, it's going to do that. And even at the end of that book, I know the second book is also going to have it. With an additive layer. Oh. But, let's go put this on our trophy shelf and start the reading. I am actually thinking a Kindle read is the way to go. I just found this copy from the library via Libby, obviously. That's how you get those. Well, that's how you get them here. But I think it's just going to work perfectly. I've got my little Spotify playlist up. It's 6:30. Well, it's 6:22. It's basically 6:30. So it's basically it's basically wind down, basically time. Can I say basically anymore? Oh my god, basically. I don't know. I need to drink my water, read this book. Those are the plans. Because we have, what? An hour and 43 minutes left. Easy peasy. We have a little visitor. I've moved her heating pad under this blanket, and I fear I may have created a monster this way. Just gonna tuck her right back into bed. Good night, little one. I'm the random seagull. What are you doing? No, Missy. No. Could I get a more unflattering angle? No. I am struggling. But for real. I am getting a late start to our last little day of reading together, friendos. And that's just how it is. So we went on our little walk this morning, showered, did all the things, and I did start this timer a while ago, and then I read some of Voyage of the Damned. Then I watched some Great British Bake Off. This shoulder looks like it's got a shoulder pad, like we're in the 80s. Hello. Oh. Hi, Queen. Ginger has joined. Ginger has entered the villa. I did not remember to actually start the timer, is the moral of this story. And I, am gonna start it now. And am I late? Yeah. Am I gonna be fine? More than likely. I did spend for sure a little bit too much time doing the scrolling on Instagram and just the World Wide Web in general, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that again. I just took it off my phone because it's just gonna be better, I think, for that. Okay, now she's rubbing her face on my Kindle. That's good. So I'm gonna be reading this. She's a fan of Alaric. She definitely would be the dragon in this book. Oh, she said don't reveal the identity. But for the Hurricane Wars, where am I at? Oh, I'd love to tell you. Chapter 10, page 107. And honestly, I just plan to read this for the rest of the day. For the almost 3 hours of reading, this is the plan here. I really, oh no, Ginger, no. I really want to be able to read A Monsoon Rising, so gonna have to do this one, and then I think that will be the closeout of this vloggy vlog, because I want to try to get ahead of vlogs a little bit. So we're gonna start a new one next week. And okay, girl. I think it's just gonna be random mood reading, to be honest with you. But aside from all that, I am ready to dive in. So let us do that. Is there anything you'd like to say to the people? Okay. She said, I'm a little stuffed up, but I'm still a force to be reckoned with. I will still haunt your nightmares, and don't you forget it, if you don't give me the chin scratches. I brought out the old Kindle clicking situation. So I have read 30 pages in quite a short amount of time for me, I do feel, so good idea on my part.
Call us crazy, but things are finally right. the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see